So I was shopping around in the Cabela's Bargain Cave today, and I've been wanting a trail camera, and I stumbled upon a Moultrie P150. It was marked down to like 55 bucks. It said it was usually like a $220 camera, and I knew something had to be wrong with it because it was in the Bargain Cave for like 80% off. So it had batteries in it actually. I turned it on and it said no SD card and wouldn't do anything further. So they didn't have any old junk ones in the store for me to use. So I went ahead and took a chance. I bought it, brought it home, put an SD card in it, and I got the error message SD card locked or card locked. I could go through the menu, it had the right date and all that, but it wouldn't let me take any pictures because it said the card was locked. And I did some Googling and found that this is a pretty common problem with these cameras. Moultrie, I guess, recommends you take compressed air and blow it out, and it has apparently very low success rate from the forum posts I've read. But I actually figured out a way to fix it. I'm going to try to hold the camera here or maybe position it away where it's not too shaky and show you guys how I did that, so hopefully you can do it to yours if you're having the problem. Okay, so this is what the camera looks like if you take it apart. To take it apart, it's pretty straightforward. On the back cover of the camera, there are 6 screws here. Then you pop off the button cover, swing it open, and then you'll be able to pull this part of the camera here out. Now the battery connectors are actually soldered on the back here, on the battery box end, so you actually will not be able to separate it further than this. And then what you'll find is there are 8 or 10 little silver screws around the perimeter. You'll want to go ahead and take those out with a small Phillips head screw. The small screws in the back are also Phillips head. Except for there are 2 small screws right here. So near the bottom where the buttons are, if I can get my phone to focus. So there are these 2 small screws here. You don't actually want to take those out. They're for a little cover or kind of support bracket on the back of this motherboard that keeps the USB. Sorry, I'm trying to pull this out. There we go. It keeps this USB port supported on the back. So I also forgot to mention that on this motherboard I was talking about these 2 little screws. There's also going to be this plastic piece in right here, and this is actually another support mechanism for the micro SD or the micro USB that these 2 screws keep that arm around. And so before you pull the motherboard out, you're also going to want to just grab that and just slide it right out. Or else what happened to me was I didn't notice it, I popped this out and this thing went flying. So don't lose it, and make sure you just remove it and put it back in when you're done. So once you take these screws out here, there's one little ribbon or cable connector that goes to the camera here. You'll want to go ahead and pull that out, and if you gently just hold it on the sides and wiggle slightly, it'll pop right out, and then you'll be able to have pretty good access to the board. Now, an SD card reader on the motherboard looks like this. So the SD card actually slides in right here. Now, on the left side of it, there's this little small arm. I'm going to try to get the phone to work with me here. So there's this little tab right there. And what that is actually a little arm that sends a signal when the SD card is locked. So on your SD card, you've got this little tab, right? And you can slide it either up or down. Sorry, I'm having focus problems. You can slide it up or down. Well, when it's slid up, this actually makes that little arm stick out a little bit. And whenever the slide is unlocked or in the down position, that arm actually is able to swing in. So what I suspect is that arm actually wasn't going in as it was supposed to when this was down, and it was sending a signal to the motherboard that it was locked. And what I did was I just took a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, and just poked in on that arm and toward where the SD card goes. And after I did that, I put it all back together. Well, not completely, but I put the batteries in it and powered it on, and it no longer said card locked. So if you have any more questions, if something wasn't clear here, I kind of scrambled to get this put together really quick. Go ahead and ask me in the comments, and I'll see if I can help you out or give you more clarification if you're having a problem getting something apart. So good luck, and hopefully this fixes your camera.